sometimes it can be to a detriment.
I think so, but here's the thing.
I wasn't raised like that. My parents were like, whatever.
Some people can't handle that much structure.
Oh, I can't handle structure.
Yeah.
Like,
I think you would have rebelled against the whole thing.
Oh, no. I would have been even worse than I was.
Right.
And, yeah. If someone tells me that, for example, my parents, you have to do this, well, no, then I'm not doing it. I'm not doing it now that you said that.
Right.
I all of a sudden don't feel like it. And that's how I acted. I was kind of sad.
Yeah. But you know what? It's got to be your idea. And your way.
I've got to want to do it in my way.
Yes.
Don't give me a list. Please.
What you need is like, hey, this needs to happen. Figure out a way for it to happen.
Well, exactly. And give me a deadline. And make it happen by this point. My dad did that. My mom was like, no, she needs to follow these. Okay, shh. No.
Yeah.
I'm good.
So your mom would almost want to do it for you.
Oh, yeah.
And
My dad's like, Reagan, no. Oh, you're right.
you know what? You do something that I don't do.
What's that?
Light it all up and everything. I
Oh.
have to do it.
Don't worry, guys. It's not just me. It's
Hey, how's it going? It's Paul.
it's
and
both
you
of
got
us.
the Maggie Paul
Show.
show.
Okay, get your head on in here, and it's gonna be
yeah,
great.
Let me
It's
back
just
up a little bit.
half of Paul's
we go.
face. Look at that. How awesome. Yep, we've got some of your Kins 5 weather team in here, and luckily Paul is here because we are going to bring you some interesting details.
We're going to talk about some things that we usually don't talk about. I mean, it's going to be weather, but in depth.
But exactly, and you know what's even cooler about this is that you guys get to ask questions too. My phone's right over there, and if they come in and you have some questions for Paul or even me, I'll probably pass them off to Paul, but I can answer some of them.
You know what, Maggie? Why don't we just bring the phone over?
Yeah, that's what I was hoping to do. Let me grab that.
For it to really be over there
I'm
necessarily.
like,
Right here would be probably better.
I have really good eyes with these contacts, so I was just gonna look over from this far, but it's okay. We'll get started.
It's funny you mention that because I got to go to the eye doctor today.
Well, you've got a lot going on today. Luckily, we were able to pull him in for this, and it's a treat for all of us, truly.
Yeah,
Okay.
While she's loading that up, I had LASIK not too long ago, about 7-8 years ago, and eyes are getting a little fuzzy again for some reason.
You had LASIK though?
Yeah, but it's been about 10 years now that I mention it.
Well, I've always thought, I think that's going to be in the cards for me in the future. I can't see very well, and I think everyone needs to stay up to date on their prescription. I am not one of those people, so I'm speaking to myself too. I've been wearing these contacts for quite a while, but it's okay.
Contacts from a prescription a couple of years ago. You know what? They
truly.
tuned in. They didn't want to hear about.
You don't want to hear about my eyes. You want to hear about the weather, so we're here for that too. It's 84 degrees right now. Winds are super light. It looks like a beautiful day. Looks can be deceiving because it's going to be very hot.
Yes.
Look at that dew point, 74.
That's
okay.
the problem.
Can you tell us why that's the problem? Because that's tropical levels.
Oh yeah, I mean we're up there, 74. That's the problem because once we start hitting the upper 90s or even mid 90s for that matter, when you've got a dew point in the low 70s, well that gives you a pretty high heat index value, and that's what we're going to see today. Why is that a problem? Well, you can see right here, whenever it's more humid, the evapotranspiration process doesn't work as well, and so like the way that you cool off is the evaporation on your skin helps to cool you off. Well, when it's more humid, that process doesn't work as efficiently, and so you feel hotter.
And well, perfect. And so newsflash, yeah, this weekend it's
I don't
going to
even
be.
need to look at the graphic, by the way.
And because you're way too smart for this graphic, but some of us don't understand exactly how it works, and it's the air temperature when that's pretty high and it almost matches or is really close to the dew point. Again, Paul, like what he was explaining, that's why the heat index comes into play, and it's difficult to. Well, you just need to drink water this weekend because think about construction workers as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, if you're
It can be
doing construction, you
dangerous.
do anything outside this weekend, just make sure to drink a lot of water. It's better on your kidneys. You'll feel better. I mean,
overall.
Yeah, you'll just feel better overall. And so basically all you need to know is the more humid it is, then the hotter you feel.
Okay, yeah, take that how you want, but we'll take it literally. Okay, so today through Saturday, again, the heat index is going to be up there. I mean, 104 to 108, I believe, is where we'll be in that vicinity. Right. And so we have a weather impact alert today and tomorrow. And you guys might not have known this, but Paul is actually in charge of telling us when those are because you designated those days because of that heat index, right?
Because of the heat index, exactly. Anytime the heat index should be around 105 or greater, well, that will be an impact day for us because you really need to plan for that. Sunday, we're kind of close. I think the heat index is going to be about 104, and you're like, well, that's not a difference. Well, we got to draw the line somewhere.
Yes.
And Sunday basically is going to be almost as hot, so I could have just painted Sunday red as well. But just keep in mind, the next several days, those are impact days. Be careful when you're outside. Don't overdo it.
Don't overdo it. That's always good. Just balance is key in most things, I think.
That's the way we live our lives, is with balance.
Well, me not so much. Maybe you, Paul. I tend to work in extremes, but that's okay because sometimes it works for me. And this is not going to work very well for me this afternoon because I'm staying inside. 99 degrees by 4 p.m.
I know.
Are you kidding me?
98, 99. That's when I was doing
That's
the math
the hot spot?
earlier. I was like, is it going to be 98, 99? It's going to be right there.
But it's going to feel like triple digits.
But yes, it will.
Okay, so when we're talking about any relief, I put that in, I think, the headline. Are we going to see any rain? Do we have even a chance? Well, super small.
A super small chance on Saturday. Let's put this into motion. Go ahead. Let's see.
Let's keep moving. She's
high
going through
temperatures,
Friday.
Upper 90s. Okay. Keep it going. Tomorrow morning we'll be in the upper 70s for a low, and we usually have our morning clouds. Well, this weekend something interesting is going to happen. There's going to be a frontal boundary way up in North Texas, and there'll be an outflow boundary. Now, this particular computer model, it just depends on which one you use. Some of it shows it a little bit better, but there should be an outflow boundary. So I'm thinking like northern hill country towards Austin, you've got a chance for a shower or a thunder shower. They probably won't make it into San Antonio, but I gave it a 10% chance that they would.
Yeah.
Sunday, I think we got a better chance of seeing some of those move in.
You have about a 30%
Yep.
chance for that. And then Monday, back to a 10%.
Yep.
Even then, though, maybe less than a tenth of an inch, or some of us could see nothing at all for the next 7 days.
I think that's probably a safe bet. Now, if you get underneath a heavy downpour, if you get extremely lucky, maybe a half an inch.
I hope luck is in the cards for us. I want to also talk about this because I know that Paul has to go soon. But our tropical satellite, I thought this was so interesting when Paul was kind of talking to me about this. But I think there was a big hurricane season that was forecasted, right?
Yeah, it still is.
It still is,
Yeah.
but it feels like we've been holding off a while, like the in-between type of motion. Why is that happening?
Okay, ever since Beryl, we've had a real quiet part out there. It's been quiet out in the Atlantic. And the main reason why, there's been a tremendous amount of Saharan dust. The high that's semi-permanently located in the Atlantic is called the Bermuda High. It has been really strong, this Bermuda High right in through here. I wish I could point to it. But the Bermuda Island, which is that little dot right there, they just call this whole thing the Bermuda High because it's like semi-permanent. It's usually there. In the summertime, it can be really strong. Well, in July, it is usually really strong. So June and July, that Saharan dust comes all the way from Africa, all the way. I still think it blows me away.
Me too.
How all that dust makes it all the way across the Atlantic, through the Caribbean, into the Gulf of Mexico, and then moves into Texas, and that will happen sometimes. Well, as we head into August, you start having less of that. And so that Saharan dust can literally keep tropical systems from developing. So you'll have like a easterly wave or a tropical wave. There will be less showers and thunderstorms, so it makes it a lot harder for these tropical systems to develop. And that happens a lot of times in July. Well, now in August, that dust is going to start to dissipate and not be as prevalent. And so these tropical waves will move across. They'll have a better chance of producing showers and storms like we're seeing in Cuba.
Okay.
And so this system probably will be our next named system in the eastern portions of the Gulf. Very slim chances it would move to the west.
More so Miami and then
Oh, yeah. Especially, Maggie, over towards, let's say, I'm thinking right now like the western portions of Florida, Tampa.
Yeah,
Around Tampa, somewhere around in there. Could be even make it into a hurricane, probably tropical storm, but could make it to a hurricane by the time. It's going to run out of real estate. But anyway, the main thing is the reasons that we were going to have a big hurricane season, they're still there.
Okay.
So I think as we head into the next couple of weeks, latter part of August and into September, we're going to see quite a few systems. And Gulf of Mexico could get active, the Caribbean active, Atlantic. So it's all going to start becoming very active, I think, as we head towards the next couple of weeks.
I find that so interesting. So your eyes are certainly going to be over there in the next couple of weeks.
I've lost track. The next named storm, Are we on the D name? I shouldn't have lost track. I shouldn't even have probably brought it up, but I lost track.
Yeah,
of what the
because
D
then
name
he's
is
going to
gonna
have me kind of blinking.
Right, let's look it up real quick.
Like-
Anyway, no, let's not look it up.
No, but we will, and of course we're going to have that info for you. But let's take it back to San Antonio because everyone wants to know the weekend. Of course, our weather impact alert days today, tomorrow. Heat index, it's just going to be just plain hot. To put it simply, you just need to drink plenty of water and limit your time outdoors.
Exactly right. Yeah, heat index value is 105 to 107. Sunday, I think we've got a decent 20-30% chance of showers and storms. Hopefully you get one in your backyard because the rest of the time looks really dry. As we head into next week, highs 99 to 101. The following weekend, not this weekend coming up, but the next one, August 10th and 11th, hot around 100.
True.
And then barring any kind of tropical activity, which I really don't see, the following week is going to be hot as well. But you know what? It's August, so it's going to be hot.
And it's the hottest month for us here. Okay, well, thank you for that, Paul. What a treat to have Paul. He has a lot going on, and what a treat, what a treat to have all 6 people.
We've got a few. Hey,
listen, we're so thankful for you.
Hey, you know what? 1 viewer, 2 viewers, 6 viewers, whatever. We appreciate every single one.
No, we truly do. So thank you so much. You made this fun for us too. I hope all of our 10 viewers now have the best day ever, honestly, and you should tune in.
Hey, I wish, you know what? I wish we could have the names that are watching.
Sorry,
scrolling
I'm
across.
giggling now. I've been up for a while.
Right now, I wish we could have them. Now we're up to 14. I wish
Well,
we could just
14,
get them
all 14
scrolling.
of you. This is wild. Well, listen, please watch at noon. Audrey and I will be on your noon show, and I'm on all weekend with Vanessa.
But you know how it works, Maggie? I mean, yeah, it
What?
shows 14 right now, but it'll live on the web.
Yep.
And then that 14 will turn into 140, and that'll turn into 1400, and then that'll turn into 14,000. Next thing you know,
I hope that's how money works, too, because-
next thing you know, we're viral.
Okay, make this viral, please. Okay, anyway, well, Paul and I are out. We hope you have a wonderful weekend, and again, stay hydrated, please.
See you. Have
Bye.
a good weekend. Is that the way it works?